Hey everyone, my name is Kelly and today I'm going to talk to you about HPV or human papillomavirus or cervical cancer. Let's talk about all of them today. Now we've all heard of HPV, but do we really know what it is? Today I'm going to tell you about it and tell you about the program that I designed for high school seniors at Pueblo High School in Tucson, Arizona. HPV is a sexually transmitted infection that left untreated can turn into cervical cancer. This is a huge concern for not only women, but men. While men can't contract cervical cancer, they can contract HPV and not even know it. HPV is often asymptomatic and many people never know they even have it. While men are at risk too, 1 in 4 people will contract HPV in their lifetime. Look around you. Someone you know may have HPV and they may not even know it. The program that I designed talks about the importance of vaccination, education, and helping students understand the importance of it. For some, HPV will go away on its own. However, many aren't so lucky. That's when it turns into cervical cancer, and that's what's the big concern here. Cervical cancer is the easiest gynecological disease/cancer to prevent. It is important that women get tested for HPV, men too, but women get tested for cervical cancer as well. These tests generally include pap smears. I'm not sure if there's a blood test. I'm not an expert. I've only been really studying this for about 7 weeks now. The most common age of women with cervical cancer is women ages 40 to 44. That was conducted by a study by the Centers from Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC. Now let's talk about what I've been doing with the students the seniors at Pueblo High School in Tucson, Arizona. The plan is cervical cancer and HPV prevention. I had to start by breaking down any perceived barriers that these students may have. Students may think, oh my gosh, it's an STD, and freak out, when in actuality, yes, it's a STD. However, this is the easiest to prevent. We had to start by teaching students what HPV is, how it's contracted, how it's spread, and how we avoid it. And one of those is the vaccination. At the end of the prevention program, the students will have a reduced risk a reduced cost or free cervical cancer HPV vaccination. Now, one may think or have heard of the HPV vaccination, and it's for men too. After we broke down the perceived barriers, we had to talk about perceived benefits so students would be excited about the program. One of the perceived benefits is being STD and HPV free. That's huge. The next was reducing and eliminating the risk of cervical cancer, not contracting HPV and spreading it, and certainly if not knowing you had it. We're going to do this by teaching the students how to properly put on condoms. We're going to give students lots of condoms so they never have an excuse to not have protected sex. We're also going to have some role-playing activities for students to work with others to learn the importance of saying no if a partner is very stern on not using a condom, when in actuality it's important that you stand up for what you want, and that is safe sex. We're also going to work with the parents of these students to help them understand that yes, HPV is a sexually transmitted infection. However, it isn't necessary for not only men's health but women's health, as we are trying to avoid cervical cancer. The program that we worked with 375 seniors at Pueblo High School in Tucson, Arizona. This program was run in their health education classes, and we worked with not only other health educators, but we worked with the nurse at the school, we worked with other faculty. It was really important to get all of these students involved. The objectives of this program included We wanted all students to receive condom and STI education in their senior health class. This was an essential part of this program, as we needed students to attend the classes, which lasted about 6 weeks per semester. Each student will also receive condoms. We put down that each student would receive around 2 condoms. However, the nurse would always have more, where students could go into the health facility and the school and grab them, read extra brochures, find out more information, ask questions. We wanted students to have condoms anytime they needed them, free, with no questions asked. Each student will know how to apply condoms. This is especially important, and one of the exercises that we did in this prevention program was teaching students how to properly apply them, men and women, as it's important for everyone to know. Each student will know what HPV and cervical cancer are and how it is spread, and certainly they'll know how to avoid it. At the end of the program, the students will have access to a discounted or free vaccination. We wanted this readily available for all students that had not had the HPV vaccination. Typically, it is dispensed or administered in 3 different shots, spread out about 3 to 6 months each. Since these students are older than the recommended age, which is around 12-13, there are a catch-up shot, I guess you could say, for students that are older. Now, we'll have information on all of this. We'll educate the parents, we're going to talk to the students, we're going to answer all of their questions. The budget for this program is just over $54,000, which averages or turns out to be about $144 per student. This is minuscule based on the fact that cervical cancer costs the United States over $1.5 billion a year. The goal of this program is to eliminate the risk of HPV and cervical cancer in high school seniors at Pueblo High School. Our hope is that these students understand the importance of the vaccination and take care of themselves. We also have the opportunity for students other than the seniors to get involved, find out more information about the vaccine, and sign up for their, hopefully, which will be their senior class or another program that will be run in this school, assuming this one meets all of our goals. Thanks so much.